Today on Apocalypse Auto, we take this 1993 Chevy S10 Blazer, chop it up, cover it in tube, and turn it into this rad Apocalypse Blazer. Alright, so we got this S10 Blazer for free from a friend of ours. It's got the 4.3 liter V6, makes about 200 horsepower, and it's got four-wheel drive. So we figure what better to do with it than chop it down to nothing and build it back up, Apocalypse style. So here's something we don't normally do on Apocalypse Auto. Try to teach you something. So if you ever have a flat tire that's come off the rim, all you need to do is wrap it with a ratchet strap, get it nice and tight, so that when you put some air in it, the bead won't leak and the air will fill it up. Yeah. So the plan here was to remove every ounce of this Blazer that we could and just have the two front seats left. So at this point we were trying to figure out how to get the rear end of the Blazer off because there was a couple bolts that we couldn't reach. So we decided to try to use a tow strap to attach it to my Blazer and just rip it off. But that didn't go exactly how we planned. Damn! Yeah, dude, it wasn't just ripped out and mashed the windshield. Almost mashed Shane's face.
Yeah. You actually broke the bolt? Pull it. We busted a pull.
don't need no water.
Oh, it's burning.
It is on fire.
That's it.
Oh. So after removing all the body panels on this Blazer, it was time to bust out the torch and make some rock rails. And what better to use than some free I-beams. So after getting done welding the rock rails back into their new home, it was time to start cutting and welding up the frame. So after removing about 2 feet off the back of this Blazer, we cut down a spring to put in the place of the leaf spring that we cut in half, essentially turning it into a trailing arm so that it would keep the axle in its correct placement underneath the back of the Blazer. So after a montage of cutting, welding, and fabricating, the Blazer was ready for a test run. Alright, so after having a little bit of fun with the Blazer and the dirt bikes, the real test was the next day when we were loading the Blazer up on the back of our camper car hauler we made in the previous episode of Apocalypse Auto, and we're driving about 100 miles to go camping and get this thing out for a predecessor to our trip to Wasteland Weekend, which is about 1,100 miles away from where we live in Missoula, Montana. And check this out, we're bringing a couple friends of ours from Zombie Tools here in Missoula, and our buddy Dan took the fenders off of his Jeep and replaced them with saw blades. Not bad at all. After stopping off to fill up with some gas and scaring everyone at the gas station half to death, we were on our way. So when we pulled off of the interstate, we noticed some smoke coming from underneath of the bus. So we pulled over to check it out, and it turned out one of the brake calipers was locked up and creating a lot of friction. So we tried to pump the brakes a couple times to see if it would unlock, but when that doesn't work, you always resort to bashing it with something. And that seemed to do the trick.
Oh, if anybody is here. Right. They've been...
Well, that was an adventure.
So after driving down some old dirt roads, we found a nice flat spot where we could set up our mock-up camp for Wasteland Weekend. And after we got everything ready, we decided it was time to unload the Blazer and go have a little bit of fun.
Yeah! Scratched it! Oh, you scratched the wood!
I didn't like that one bit.
We should stand in front of it and the top
Dude.
of the picture can say Apocalypse Auto.
Oh yeah, dude, this is fucking awesome.
Park right in front of it like we live here, Shane.
So after doing a little bit of cruising around, we stumbled upon this old cabin, which looked like it hadn't had any visitors in quite a while.
There was a loft that is behind the fallen roof.
Look at the fridge, dude. It looks like a grizzly bear tried to get into it. For a long time, it's all packed. Look at all the pack rat stuffing. They're just.
It's got a real toilet seat. So after we were done checking out the cabin, decided to go do a little hill climb. After having a little bit of fun romping through the woods, it was time to do a little surfing. Montana style.
Super poopers.
This is the way that we set up our camp. So we had this sweet net that you could crawl all over, and it was a lot of fun. And this was our plan for Wasteland Weekend as well, but not everything went quite according to plan, which you'll find out if you watch the next episode of Apocalypse Auto. For those of you who don't know what Wasteland Weekend is, it's a Mad Max festival out in the desert in California. Everyone dresses in their apocalyptic bests, brings out their Mad Max vehicles, and has a romping good time out in the desert. So the plan is to take our bus, our car hauling motorhome, and the S10 Blazer 1,100 miles down to California and join in with the festivities. So keep an eye out for that video. But in the meantime, our camping trip is over, so it's time for us to pack up the Blazer and head on home. Once we got off the dirt and closer to the interstate, we had to jump under the bus one more time to whack that brake with a hammer, and then we were good to go. At least until we ran out of gas in the motorhome. But luckily we had a 5-gallon gas can on the bus, and then we were on our way home. When we got home from our camping trip, we had exactly 1 week before we left for Wasteland Weekend, and so we decided to do a couple more apocalyptic upgrades to the Blazer just to make sure that we fit in. Remember those signs we were surfing on and scraping up? Well, now they have a purpose. Shazam!
Apocalypse owns this road. Drop of blood and spits. A cold valley of dirt and stone, where the clouds bleed into the mist. All the ruined vintage pictures and the sun-bleached bone remind me that I'm far from home. So I wonder, I scream at the moon in the sky, but the shadows tell me I don't exist. Well, let's go for a ride.